What's up, y'all? We're currently at Home Depot. You want to say hi? Hi. Last night at like 11 p.m. I was in bed, still awake because I had too much caffeine yesterday, I'll admit. So I was in bed. My brain was just cooking. And I was thinking about how in life, at work anyway, we do audits. We audit different things. And I was like, I should audit my life. And I was thinking, trying to break it down to make it make sense. And I thought about, let's do like what? Bird? Like a 3-part audit. We'll do a morning audit, an afternoon audit, and an evening audit. Because something happened within the last few months where my mornings have just kind of gotten a little lazy. And I don't know why. And so I kind of want to audit my morning. So I used AI to help me come up with some questions that I'm going to ask myself. I haven't even looked at the questions yet. I just kind of created this. And I'm going to my cart. I have too much weight on one side. So the cart is like, I'm struggling. Maybe if I push it over here. No. Yeah, so I'm going to do an audit, take you all through the process, and then I'm going to make it a downloadable copy. So if you guys want to do it with me. Plane, good job. Airplane. Yeah, bud, good job. If you guys want to do it with me, let me know. Should be exciting. Now, we got to go find some gravel. Good morning. It's the next day. I have my PDF ready to go from the morning audit that I'm going to do. And I haven't even gone through this myself, so I'm pretty excited. I had it printed as a PDF for now. I might make it like a Notion document as well. We will see. But I'm sure there's going to be things I want to change to it, so. All right. Again, the goal with this is just to go through, audit my morning, ask myself these questions, honestly answer them, because this is for me. If you choose to do this, do it for you, obviously. And I just kind of want to find out ways to make my morning better, you know? So I really want to think about, I'm not doing this for one day, I'm thinking about within a week, 2 week, 3 week time, what can I remember about my mornings to make them better? That's what this audit is for, okay? Okay, so at the top it says, answer honestly. Your mornings might be telling you more than you think. Use the space under each question to jot your notes, or if you have your own answer. Because I did 3 answers that you could fill in A, B, or C, but then I'm like, well, sometimes people have completely different opinions or thoughts than I do, so I wanted to allow for you guys to fill in your own if you need to. Maybe I will too, I don't know. Okay, question 1. When your alarm goes off, what usually happens? A, I get up right away like a champ. B, I hit snooze once. Okay, maybe twice. C, I snooze so much my alarm probably hates me. D, write your own. For me, I have one alarm. It does not snooze. It's on my watch. It's a vibrate. And I've just been laying there. So for me, I'm going to say B, even though I could probably fill in D, but I don't want to. So I'm going to say B. I hit snooze once, okay, maybe twice. That's what I'm going to say. All right, what's the first thing you do after you open your eyes? For me, what do? I get up, I go to the bathroom, I wash my face. Okay. Do I stretch right away? No. Do I move my body? No. Do I groan and pull the covers back? No, I don't. D. Okay. And I have to turn this sideways. Sorry. D. What did I just say? Bathroom. A bathroom, splash water on face. And chug about 20 ounces of water. I do that pretty consistently because I have to take my vitamins anyways, so it's just kind of an easy stack, you know? Habit stack. Take my water, take my vitamins. Okay, number 3. How do you feel in those first 10 minutes? It's a very good question. Do I feel A, energized and ready to roll? B, meh, just going through the motions. C, already stressed thinking about everything I have to do. Or D, write your own. For me, honestly, it depends on the day. What is going on in the background? That's trippy. Let me unplug that. Is that better? Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, so for me, sometimes I'm energized and ready to go, not all the time. And sometimes I'm just going through the motions. Again, it just really depends. So this one is kind of hard for me, but that first 10 minutes overall, I think I'm feeling pretty energized and ready to roll. So I'm gonna say A on that one. I get excited to take on the day, all of like the fun challenges and stuff that are gonna happen throughout the day. And I say challenges as in like, I kind of look like life like, it's kind of like a video game, right? Like you just try to level up and see different ways to handle things in your life, you know? But yeah, like there's different challenges and events and obstacles and stuff, and it's like, oh, I have to run 2.5 miles today. Okay, how are we gonna do that? Are we gonna take the dogs? We're gonna take the baby? We're gonna wait till they go to bed and then do it alone? What's that gonna look like? You know, it's like a fun little adventure. And then like stuff at work, I have like big meetings I have to plan for. Just things like that just go through my brain, and I'm like, all right, we gotta get up, we gotta get going, let's do this. All right, 4, do you prep anything the night before? Clothes, coffee, to-do list, etc. A, yep, I set myself up for success. B, sometimes when I remember. C, nope, mornings are a freestyle event. It depends. What I will say is, okay, I'm gonna put B sometimes, because let's be truthful here. But when I do set myself up for success, things are always way smoother. If I'm gonna do a workout in the morning, I like to prep my drink the night before that has my pump and my electrolytes and creatine, so that when I wake up, it's just right there on the counter. I don't need it to be cold, because if it's cold, it's harder to drink. You know what I'm saying? Because it's cold. Got it? Okay. I like to know where my running shoes are if it's a running day, stuff like that. I just like to plan it in advance. Or the brain, things that are in my brain, I don't like to take that to bed with me, so I like to make sure I write down the tasks that I need to do, or obviously I'll use TickTick and I'll throw it in TickTick like, hey, don't forget to do this one thing. Bing, put it in there. You know what I mean? And that helps me so much. Clothes, sometimes I'll get a general idea of like, oh yeah, tomorrow I have this and this. I'm gonna wear, I'm gonna work out, so I'm gonna get my gym shorts and my shirt ready. I'm gonna go into the office. I'm gonna make sure, okay, I'll probably wear these jeans, I'll wear these shoes, and then I'll find a shirt that matches, right? So that's kind of how I do things in my head. Moving on to number 5. How much time do you usually give yourself in the morning? This is a big one, I think, for a lot of people, because I think you have enough time, but then you don't. You know what I mean? A, plenty. I actually enjoy my routine. Do you though? B, just enough time to get by. C, basically speed running life. And then D, maybe you do something different. What does that look like? For me, again, it depends. You know, if I do 4 properly, then 5 looks a lot better. You know what I'm saying? But if I get up with just enough time, it's like, if there's too much traffic, I'm screwed. If something happens with Ledger and it takes too long, or I can't find his shorts or something like that, like I haven't prepped my kid for the next day, you know? All that kind of stuff stacks up, and then it's just enough to get by. So I'm gonna put B, because sometimes I have enough and sometimes I don't. So we'll throw in B, especially with swim lessons lately. It's just been really hard because the time window is just so tight for us to get everything done. Okay, so that's my 1 through 5. Do you have a go-to ritual? Journaling, workout, coffee, reading? Yes, and it's consistent. B, kind of, but it changes day to day. C, not really. I'm in survival mode. Write your answer. So for me, do I have a go-to ritual? Yes, and it's consistent. Kind of, but it changes day to day. I would say I'm pretty consistent about journaling, working out, and my coffee. I do like to read, but am I consistent about that? That's a no, sir. That's a no. Okay. All right, I've got my results up now, honeys. So now that I've done my audit for my morning, 6 simple questions. I'm telling you guys, this is easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's kind of understand. Goodness, this is gonna die. Let's try to understand what this means. If you were mostly A's, you're considered a morning master in my book. Congratulations. I know that excites you. Let me see how many A's I have. I have 1 A. Are you kidding me? I really thought I was going to do better than that. I'm really sad about that. Okay. Mostly B's. Let's see. B, D, A, B, B. That's me, baby. So let's go back to A, I'm sorry. If you're a morning master, you're intentional about how you start your day. You already have strong habits, which means you're focused, and your focus is now in refinement. Because there's always ways to improve, okay? Don't just stop there. You understand? Don't try to overhaul everything. Just look for small upgrades that bring even more energy and clarity. And so if you're a morning master, I've got some action steps for you here if you choose to take these on, and you should. Add 1 next level ritual, such as journaling, gratitude practice, or cold showers. Cold showers is a big deal, guys. Don't sleep on that unless you want to. It is rough. Experiment with habit stacking. Add a new positive habit onto something you already do. I love doing that. Like I said, in the morning when I take my vitamins, I also drink my water. Duh. You know, some people probably take vitamins without water. That's crazy. Don't do that. Consider sharing your routine with others or mentoring. Teaching reinforces consistency. Share with me. I want to know. Okay, B. Morning muddler. Hey, baby, come. Ledger's doing, or not Ledger, but the swim lessons are still going on in the backyard, so Hank is mad about it. Any Hoosers. Okay, C. Morning mayhem. I like that one. Chaos is running the show right now. The good news, small changes will make a big impact. You don't need the perfect routine. Or sorry, you don't need to perfect your morning. You just need 1 or 2 reliable wins to shift the tone of your day, okay? Action steps. Start with 1 win. Move your phone or alarm across the room to stop snoozing. You know who you are. Give yourself 10 extra minutes in the morning by adjusting your bedtime just a wee bit. Just a wee bit. I'm telling you, it's a big difference. And pick 1 tiny ritual to repeat daily. Consistency beats complexity. And I like that we call out a ritual here, because if you have consistent things that you can do every single morning, and you build this habit that is just like part of you. When you travel, you do the same thing. When it's the weekend, maybe you do the same thing, but you just adjust it a little bit. Stuff like that will make such a big impact in your morning. Trust me, because when I was dialed in, things were moving so much smoother. And then I just didn't sleep for a long time because we had a kid, and things got crazy. And then now I've got this thing in my head that I'm like, I have to have so much sleep. Even though my Garmin and at the time my Apple Watch were both saying, you don't need over 8 hours, Trina. Like, what are you doing? Calm down. You need 7.5, you know? And in my head, I don't know. I just like this battle that I go on in the middle of the night, and I don't know why it keeps happening, but I'm fighting through it. What I will say is, when I was the morning master, my mornings and my nights were so much smoother. So I highly suggest doing small things that can allow you to have a way better, smoother morning. And I'm talking 5 minutes, 10 minutes changes everything. And I will ask you guys to honestly ask yourselves this, because I do this myself. If you snooze, okay, and maybe your snooze, bro, you good? Maybe your snooze is 9 minutes. Maybe it's 10 minutes. In that 9-10 minutes, do you ever, and don't lie, okay? Do you ever go, oof, I feel so much better now. That's what I needed. I needed that extra 9 minutes. Have you ever done that? Or is it just like now you're more annoyed because you're like, now I'm running late and this happened, and now I'm just even more tired. I'm gonna look this up now, because there's a thing. Snoozing impacts to the body. You guys need to know this. Okay, I'm gonna read this definition. Snoozing your alarm can interrupt crucial REM sleep, disrupt hormone cycles like melatonin and cortisol, and intensify sleep inertia, leading to feeling of grogginess and anxiety. Architecture. There's so much information on this. Brrr. Interesting. Sorry, it goes deep. We won't go into that. But basically, snoozing is bad. Okay? Overall, snoozing is bad. And I'm sure you'll find some studies that are like, oh no, it's really good for you, but that's crazy. Don't listen to those studies. Okay. Where was I? See? Morning Mayhem. Yeah, so start with one win. Pick one ritual to repeat daily and give yourself 10 extra minutes. I'm telling you, 10 minutes will change so many things, especially if you're driving and you just can't rely on traffic to always be consistent. You can't rely on Google Map to never lie to you, you know? Things happen while you're driving and there's an accident right in front of you and there you go, you know? Or maybe you're like, oh, I need to stop and get coffee. Lots of D's. The self-aware customizer. You know yourself well. You've written in your own real answers, which shows awareness. The key now is to separate what's serving you from what's draining you. So just because you're D doesn't mean that you've got everything dialed in and you are a genius. Maybe there's still things that you're doing in your day that you could modify for yourself because they aren't actually helping you. They're actually hindering you. And again, don't lie. Don't stick up for yourself right now. Don't listen to this other side of your shoulder saying, oh, no, everything is perfect. That was silly. Okay. Action items. Review your D answers, circle the helpful ones, and cross out the draining ones. Double down on one helpful pattern this week and replace one draining habit. Revisit your audit in 7 days to check your progress. Now, I have a little caveat here. Remember, the purpose of this audit isn't perfection, it's awareness. Small, consistent shifts add up over time. Revisit this guide whenever you feel your morning slipping and use it to get back on track. Okay? How is this thing doing? Can you see it down here? Perfect. Can you see up top? I don't know if you can see up top. Oh my goodness. Can you see? Here we go. All right. Either way, that is my morning audit. I have created this for, I've created a PDF for this, so if you would like a copy of this, I'll throw it in there so you can have it. Obviously, it's nothing crazy. I wanted to throw in some ideas for anyone that might be like, I don't actually know what I should be doing in my morning or in my night to help me. So I threw in just some ideas that might help you with different morning and things that you can be doing throughout your day. So for wake up hacks, phone alarm across the room. I mean, people have been saying that for years. If your phone is your alarm, just try not to look at your phone for like 10 minutes. Like obviously turn the alarm off, but I would highly suggest if you can't put your phone across the room because maybe you need it for family emergencies or something like that, I would just suggest don't turn the alarm off until you are out of bed. Do not trust that your body can do that. Trust me from experience, my watch is my alarm, and if I hit that button before I get out of bed and I just say, I'll get up in a sec, sometimes I fall back asleep. And then I'm like, why did I do that? So just get up when your alarm goes off, if it's your phone. Smart alarm or sunrise lamp. We did get a sunrise lamp in our office, in our bedroom, and it's pretty sick. Do we use it properly? No, we don't, but something you could do. And a morning playlist. I think, you know, when you wake up, it's kind of fun to have something fun to turn on. And it could be, I don't know, sounds of, I was going to say the atmosphere. What is it called? Sounds of nature, or it could be Taylor Swift. Let's go. It could be, I like a lot of lo-fi. Sometimes I'll do lo-fi, or I'll do like coffee shop vibes in the morning, you know, stuff like that. We also have a record player that Madison picked up. And when we went to Laguna Beach, California earlier this year, last year, when did we go? Whenever we went, she bought a record from Laguna Beach Hotel that we were at, and y'all, it's just like kind of jazzy, vibey, I don't know, chill. Just makes you feel like you're on vacation. So every now and then I'll just put that record on in the morning, and it just kind of helps bring that morning joy, you know, like I'm excited to get up, get my record player on, get my coffee, drink my water, all that kind of stuff. And it just helps you want to get up. Like it's in my opinion, it's more exciting than laying in bed, you know, and then like having to rush. Like that's the last thing you want to do is have to rush, right? So just come up with some type of hack, we'll say, that will make you enjoy getting out of bed sooner, right? That would be the goal. Body boost, stretch, mobility, 2 to 5 minutes. Honestly, it could be anything. You could literally just, you know, someone, I think it might have been Mel Robbins or somebody, was like, do a high five to yourself in the mirror. You know, like literally going like this, doing these movements brings your dopamine levels up. Did I make the wrong word up? It does something, okay? It does something beneficial, and it's just good for you. So it's just doing any type of mobility or movement is gonna be good for you. You could bend down, touch your toes, you could do 10 squats, you could, I don't know, if you wanna do some sit-ups, I don't know, that's kind of crazy. Do some push-ups, whatever. Just do something to just move and feel good. Like if you think about when you start your car in the winter, if anybody's experienced a true winter, the car is like, and if you were to go and do that and then just like floor it, your car would be like, bro, what are we doing? We need to calm down, right? Like, don't do the same with your body. Don't just like wake up and be like, we're running like kids. Get up, get the clothes, get your shoes. Let's get breakfast going. And like do that to your body. Your body's like, what are we doing? We need to take it slow and easy. I need to stretch, you know? Just think about that. Like your body is your vehicle, you know? It needs fuel, it needs rest, it needs maintenance, all of that kind of stuff. That's what your body needs, that every day. And so starting your morning with that in mind will really help make the day better, right? Walk outside for sunlight. If that's something that you have dialed or like time for, I highly suggest doing it. Even if you just sit outside, get your morning drink, get your coffee or whatever you drink in the morning, your water. At minimum, you're drinking water in the morning, okay? Take that outside if you can. If there's time, take it outside. Doesn't matter what the weather is. Just go outside. It's so good for you. Sorry. Quick body weight moves. Kind of just talked about that with stretching and mobility. Like, you know, just literally moving your body is just so good for you. Mind and your soul. Also equally as important. Journaling or gratitude. Literally, I said this in my last video. If you don't know what to be grateful for water, be grateful for your breath, be grateful that you're able to move any part of your body. There's so many things to be grateful for. If you have people in your life, be grateful for that. If you have a place to sleep, if you have a bed, if you have shoes, if you have more than one pair of shoes, you know, all of these things, anything in your life that is keep helping you move from this to this is something to be grateful for. So just think about those things. Try to think of 3 things you're grateful for every single morning. That will help you throughout your day. I even do this trick when something annoys me, like my dogs, and they're just licking their paws, and it's so annoying. I think about when we got this dog, I was so excited about this dog, and I love this dog so much, you know? So when they lick their paws, I'm not annoyed, I'm annoyed. But I'm so grateful for this dog because this dog helped me in my life during this stage and whatever, blah, 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 blah. I have to turn this alarm off. Why does it keep doing that? Silly. Okay. Goodness. That was insane. Hold on. Checking. Okay. Moving on. Where are we at? Breath work or meditation. Again, guys, this one is crazy. I actually made a playlist on my YouTube. I'll share the link, but it's just a playlist of different time-stamped breathwork sessions or meditation sessions from different people on the internet. Some are 5 minutes, some are 10 minutes, some are for morning awakeness, some are for relaxing at night. It's just so beneficial for you. And if you don't do either of them or you're not really aware of them, I would highly suggest doing a little bit of research on it just because it's just so beneficial for your mental state. I remember growing up, even till like, I don't know, the last 5 years, like since I moved to Austin, I would never do either of these, but I also would never spend time by myself. So if I was alone, I would be playing music or watching a YouTube video or doing something. Like something was always going on. So I'm like singing a song, which takes me out of me, right? And breathwork and meditation, it brings you back to yourself and it allows you to think about you. Think about you, the things you want, the things that you feel like you need. Why do you feel like you need those, you know? Where do I want to go in life? What do I want to do this week? What would help me move forward for the goals that I have? What the hell are my goals? Do I have any goals? I don't have any goals. Maybe I need some goals. Why am I here? Why am I alive? Why am I breathing? Why do I live in this city? All of these things pop up, and it allows you time and mental state just to think about them, okay? It's really, really beneficial. It's really cool. I highly suggest you try it if you haven't. And read a page of something uplifting. And the reason I say a page is because usually once you start with one page, you'll want to read more. So I love just reading books about, I don't know, habits and other things in life just to help me with my self-awareness and self-improvement, right? It's just fun. And so reading something uplifting, it could even be a highlight of something, some fun story online or something, you know, like anything. Fuel and hydration. Get yourself a glass of water before coffee, always, okay? Water should be first. You should literally wake up and chug water. One of my friends was like, if you wake up and chug like as much water as you can, like 20, 30 ounces, you will like immediately have to go to the bathroom. And it's pretty accurate. So if you have any issues, you know, going to the bathroom, give it a try. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Simple breakfast prep. Yeah, if you have time, if you're a breakfast eater, if you have time to maybe meal prep or do something to just kind of help save time, unless like breakfast is your jam and you're like, no, I love to the smell of bacon and I love making all my stuff, but just making sure that you're actually fueling your body. Because again, if your body isn't fueled properly, then it's going to impact your day. So if your body is actually requiring some food and you don't give it any, you might be a little bit tired, agitated. You know, you might get that hangry feeling and you don't actually know why you're feeling that way. Could literally be because you didn't eat. So just be mindful of that and think about maybe what that could do to help you throughout your day. And then make coffee or tea your ritual. Tea has been my jam for 2025. I've been trying to try new teas and other things. Right now I'll say my favorite's gonna be matcha, just because it's kind of fun and different. But I do like to wind down with like a decaf tea at nighttime sometimes. Even got my wife on board, so it's kind of our little nightly ritual. But having some type of fun, I would say, drinking ritual in the morning is just, it's just another way to like make you want to get out of bed and make you want to have a great day. You know, I just think the smell of both of them smells really good. If you have a different drink or something, obviously, whatever, you know, like the goal here is not to make you change anything you're doing unless you want to. Obviously, like this is all self-improvement, ways to make your life easier and better. But just think about things that make you happy, that bring you joy, and just adding a little spice to that, you know? That's all we're doing here. Okay, nightly ritual. Things to think about. Again, if you're going somewhere and you need to pick out your clothes and a lot of time it brings you stress in the morning, let's do that at night. Let's get rid of that morning stress. Prepping your bag, your keys, fill your water bottle, write tomorrow's top 3 priorities, phone charging station away from bed if you're able to do that. Skincare routine, gratitude, journal to clear your head. Write down the things that you need to do the next day so that you can get in that bed and go to bed, and not get in that bed and be like, ah, shoot, forgot to switch the laundry. I need to take the trash out. Trash comes tomorrow. I need to do this. I need to go grab this thing. Ah, frick, I forgot to get the groceries. Oh, shoot, we're almost out of toilet paper. Like all those things will start spiraling in your head while you're in bed, and then you will literally go to bed stressed, and then you will wake up stressed and be like, ah, shit, I forgot to do all the things. What did I write down? I needed to do last night. I knew I was gonna remember, but now I don't remember. You know, all the things. Okay. I'm spiraling. I know. I'm sorry. Okay, and then I left this reflection here just because I think it's nice to kind of go through and think about the things in your day, in your life that are important to you. So this go through this 4-page, is it 4 or 5 pages document, and think about your morning audit, what came about it, and things that you want to change. And go ahead and reflect on that here and implement it, y'all. Like if you see things that you want to do, give it a shot. Try it for a week. See what happens. Let me know. I want to know. And if there's something on here that I didn't put on there that you're like, ooh, you know what you should say, or you know what you should try, let me know, because I'm always looking for ways to improve and do more and better myself, okay? So let me know. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. A little bit more casual this time. I know. I'm sorry. I know you guys like my crazy videos. Okay, I'm gonna chug this water. My mouth is dry from talking so long, but appreciate you guys so much, and we'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's video, right? Okay, take care now. Bye bye then. Have a blessed and beautiful day.